say A, and that's your final answer?
So, David, to the news. In the news, what's going on with all this, the school systems, especially New York City, starting and stopping and starting and stopping. So what's the latest in the news there?
Well, it's not good for the students, and that's my main concern. The future of America are our children, A to Z across America. And the situation with our public school systems in general is not great. A lot of private school systems have stayed open. And as people have pointed out, so the children of the wealthy, the children of the middle class are going to school. Now, what do those parents know? Or are they all careless? Are they all not loving their children, even though they're paying money for them to go to school and not just using tax dollars? But the public school system magically said, oh my goodness, we're going to make children sick if we take them to school. And so the reality is that very, very little happens to children who go to school with regard to COVID-19. On the other hand, they develop, they learn, they advance, they socialize, and they are so isolated when they are not in school and they're sitting at a computer. It's not what works for little children and middle school children. It just doesn't work. And the great shame is that the people who most need to be supported by the public school system, which is the lower income people, the unemployed, and the middle income people, are the ones who can least afford to have their children at home. Some of them do not have computers. Most of them certainly do not have a computer for each child and to provide the attention that they need. So this is a great crime that America is committing against its families, especially low-income families and its children of those families. So we come to a headline 2 weeks ago. The city of New York, the largest public school system in the country, closes its school system because it said, oh my goodness, the COVID positivity rate has hit 3%. We made a deal with the unions, the pro-communist unions, that we're going to shut down the school system if it gets to 3%. There was actually a debate about it. As I mentioned on a previous broadcast, my favorite cartoon was the headline page of the New York Post that showed Cuomo and de Blasio with dunce caps on. And I think that's an extremely apt observation in one frame of the type of ridiculousness. So the city of New York has announced that they will return to classrooms on December 7th. And I don't understand why it's not November 30th, by the way, rather than a week later, because our children are struggling and they need that education. I think the hypocrisy of this operation on both coasts, California closed all restaurants, indoors and outdoor dining. My favorite story about that from this week just came in yesterday. One of the council people from the city of Los Angeles who voted to close outdoor dining, seen dining without a mask in Santa Monica. Same council person.
Love those stories. My God.
It's a shame. By the way, on my way to the office today, as you know, I'm broadcasting from my Heights office, and I do go up and down Montrose Boulevard. Sad to report, yet another small business is closed. There was a facility called Snap Kitchen around the 3900 block of Montrose. It seemed to get off to a good start. I think it's been there 3 or 4 years. And sadly, I see the place has been cleared out. And there was a for rent sign on the door today as I went by. And that was literally just put up today. We're facing a crisis in America of small businesses that are being forced to close. And remember, it's not just those business owners, many of whom have personally guaranteed the leases. They're still on the hook for the leases, even if the business doesn't operate. Number two, concern about the landlords. Not all properties are owned by giant mega conglomerates. And number three, what about the employees? Each of those small businesses represents individuals who no longer have jobs. They may find them elsewhere, but they do not have them where they have been working. And of course, the disruption that causes. So it is indeed a time in America when we need to be very cautious about how we proceed. And of course, the vaccine on the horizon, but it's not here yet. So that's what's in the news this week.
What an exciting day. Wow. You got more animated than you normally do, even. So that was great. Great. I loved your not enthusiasm, I won't call it that. I love your response and the way you talk about these topics. So David, once again, your book, The Decline of America and 100 Years of Leadership Failures. So that gives you a little hint. The book is available on Amazon, and right now, because of the Cyber Monday and today is Giving Tuesday, the ebook is available for 99 cents. So get your copy now, and you'll see what a great book and what an idea for a Christmas present for that person in your life that likes history and likes to read about the history of the United States. David is also a professor and associate dean at the University of St. Thomas. So we could take another 15 or 20 minutes, David, and talk about your resume, because you've got you've done a lot. So thank you for that. Thank you for your contribution and your ongoing contribution with the topics that you're talking about on saving America. So thank you. And thank you guys for joining us. And if you're listening and on one of our podcast platforms, then please subscribe and stay up to date with what's going on in saving America. So have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care.